Rachel is a 40-year-old female born in Australia. However, her grandmother speaks Wurrung, a language spoken by the Wurundjeri people. Wurundjeri are indigenous Australian group who are mostly hunters and gatherers but did not domesticated animals or farm crops for food. Let's take a look at current day practices in Australia. According to FAO, the food of in average diets consists of 13 to 40% of meat, fish, milk, eggs, 20 to 30% of cereals, 20 to 30% of oils, fats, sugars, and other food and food groups. This indicates that the staple food in Australia are meat, fish, milk, and eggs. As for supplementary foods, fish was an exceptionally favored food type, including lobsters and oysters. Influenced by the Thai chili sauce, there develops a new addition to foods, which is called wild lamb chili ginger sauce, made from the Australian native desert lime and is designed to be served with Moreton Bay bugs, scallops, barbecued prawns, and other seafood. According to the research on modern Australian recipes, the key food preparation and cooking methods including roasting, racking, cold in sauce, and baking. With most of Australian population residing in coastal areas, fish and seafood is popular. In the temperate regions of Australia, vegetables are traditionally eaten seasonally, especially in regional areas. Although in urban areas, there is large-scale importation of fresh produce sourced from around the world by supermarkets and wholesalers for grocery stores to meet demands for year-round availability. Australia currently contains a variety of regions including Aboriginal, Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, and others. The beliefs of these regions affect choice of food to an extent. The meat pie, minced beef in a beef gravy enclosed in a baked flaky pastry shell about 10 centimeters across, is a well-known party food often consumed by traditional on AFL Grand Final Day. Australian cuisines share amounts of similarities with other cuisines, considering the multicultural influence of ginger, chili, and lamb. Diversity is one unusual aspect of Australian culinary culture. Culinary origins become more blurred, especially as so many restaurants moved into what was often termed contemporary Australian, a largely global commercial cooking. Comparing the apparent consumption of staple foods in Australia, there is an obvious increase in the meat production over past decades, while the production of milk decreased from 1970 to 1980. The quantity rebounded thereafter but reached a peak in the 2000s. The production quantity of egg is steady. Regarding the meat production specifically, the Australia stocks chickens shows a general increase trend over decades, while the quantity of Australia stocks sheep and goats showed a general decrease. This trend may be attributed to the increasing consumption of fast food, which demands a large quantity of chicken. With the fleet arrived Australia, the imported food came as bread, oatmeal, cheese, dried peas, salted meat, and vinegar. Thereafter, imported food could hardly satisfy the Australian population, and with the railways and gold rush, agriculture was developed there, leading to the increased supply of irrigated fruit, sugar, milk, and wheat. It was the 20th century that demands for flour, butter, sugar, and eggs increased, and national dishes like shepherd's pie were developed. One specific example of culinary integration is curries, which are inspired by Sichuan food as well as Indian and Thai curries. Curried prawns with Stafford sauce was seen as astonishing fresh young Australian cookie. Thai chicken green curry was listed as number 4 out of the 10 most popular dishes in 2010 in a survey by Sunday Morning.